Hi guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit about my breastfeeding experience. I didn't expect it to be as hard as it was. There was definitely things that I wish I'd done differently going forward and maybe with the next baby. So first of all, people were always saying you need to toughen up your nipples because sometimes it gets a little bit painful, and I was like, that's kind of weird. So at the hospital, baby had a really good latch. It started to get a little bit harder a few days into it, where it seemed as though her latch was getting worse, like she kept slipping off. And then at that point, I guess that's when my nipples started getting really sore and cracking and bleeding, and it was just really painful. Like every time I would breastfeed, I swear I wanted to punch someone in the face. It was so horrible. It was definitely probably worse than my labor itself. So I honestly didn't expect that, and it was tough. But I decided just to stick through it. Went through the pain about 2 weeks into it, then finally the pain resided. So I was happy about that. Basically, when the milk came in, my breast got very hard. It was a little bit of my body just figuring out how much milk to produce and so on. It did seem though that my daughter, Calicia, she would honestly give me such a hard time when it came to breastfeeding. And there was days where I did give her pumped milk. I just was so tired being a new mom. I didn't know that it was going to be this tiring. I didn't know what to expect. So all I wanted to do was just to pump some milk, give it to my husband, give it to my mom, get them to feed the baby just so I could nap a little bit longer. And I guess because of me doing that so soon, it was probably a few weeks into having the baby, that maybe it affected her latch even more. So what I found was she was only drinking enough just to quench her thirst, but then afterwards she would start kind of getting irritated that things weren't happening a little bit faster, and she just wouldn't drink anymore. So I was getting concerned. She wasn't gaining much weight. She was always pretty below average when it came to doctor appointments. So I was getting a little bit worried. But then what I ended up doing was just pumping my milk, giving her bottles, and that way I knew at least what she was drinking, and she would definitely get more of that fatty milk instead of just getting the skim milk that would come before the fatty milk. So that helped. But I did find myself basically pumping from 4 months, so maybe after the first month, to about 7.5 months, exclusively pumping every single feeding that she had during the day. She just would honestly just drink to quench her thirst, or she just wouldn't want to drink at all, or she was just kind of distracted all the time. She was just very difficult. She definitely gave me a run for my money. So I toughed it out. I was like, it's my fault. I couldn't believe that because I introduced the bottle to her so soon that this would happen and kind of occur. So basically, I just toughed it out. I pumped the whole way through. The only time that she would actually drink from the breast and drink me dry was at nighttime feedings, where I guess she was half asleep, so she really didn't care where she was getting her milk from. And she just was happy and whatever. So at least that was the only time when I actually had that little bond with her. But otherwise, it was just me trying to juggle her naps, holding her in my arms, pumping milk, feeding her, and just playing with her as much as possible. But yeah, so hope that was kind of a little bit of insight from my experience. I know everyone's is so different.